I'm Reverend Dr. William McKenith of the New Jersey Conference of the A.M.E. Zion Church. I'm offering myself for the General Office of Secretary Editor of the Quarterly Review and Historical Society. Here's what I want to do. I want to enhance the readership of the Quarterly Review by firstly introducing a new special feature on practical ministry in the areas of evangelism, Christian education, and other pertinent ministries. Practical ministry articles conveys practical ideas that are quite useful on the local church level. Such information could help the church to grow its membership. Secondly, I want to make Quarterly Review articles available online to complement the indexing that's being done by the American Theological Library Association. Presently, scholars can only access the titles of the articles that we have published. By making it available online, those very same scholars can then use our information to further their own work. This would make the Quarterly Review a tool for the scholarly community globally. Thirdly, the constituency of the church needs to know where the church stands on any particular socio-political issue. As you well know, the Board of Bishops published a quadrennial address, which states in part its position on a variety of issues. We need to hear more from the Board of Bishops, more than once every 4 years. We could publish from time to time various position papers that would identify for the constituency where the church stands at any particular moment on any particular issue. But the biggest challenge facing the Quarterly Review and Historical Society comes from the Historical Society. The church needs to develop an Historical Society Archive Center. Presently, historical documents and artifacts are stored by Livingstone College. Thus, the Historical Society would need to either work cooperatively with the college in developing an archive center, or, should the college relinquish its custodianship, we would need to develop the archive center on our own. To develop an archive center, we would need firstly to acquire a facility with vault and climate control. Secondly, we would need to preserve our historical documents and artifacts, catalog them, and then digitize it for ease of access. Thirdly, we would need to hire and train staff to become archivists. And then we would need to make the archive center open for the general public. This is an enormous undertaking, which requires a great deal of funding. Presently, the church allocates only $15,000 for the operations of the Historical Society. That's not nearly enough. We would have to raise a significant amount of money to make the Archive Center a reality. We could depend in part on a capital fundraising campaign that solicits funds from Zionites throughout the connection. But most importantly would be the need to acquire private grants to fund an archive center. This is very doable. It will take a great deal of effort and time. How much money would it cost? We would need to do a feasibility study to determine what the actual costs would be. But an historical archive center is important to the church. We need to be the safekeepers of our history. We need to be able to go to our institutions to do research on our church. Too often, as a scholar, I've had to go to Drew University's Archive Center to do research on the A.M.E. Zion Church. Well, with an archive center, people would come to us to do research on the A.M.E. Zion Church. That would be a major achievement in the life of the A.M.E. Zion Church. But in order to do these sorts of things, I would need your support. If you're willing to support me in these noble efforts, vote for William McKenith, Secretary Editor of the Quarterly Review, at the upcoming General Conference in Charlotte, North Carolina.